Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good happy Saturday morning. It's a beautiful day on this side of the world where I'm living. And this is my little piece of heaven I call. I just jumped on real quick, watched the interview with Oprah and Gail about friendship. And it is so easy for people to complicate a friendship between two women or a friendship between a man and a woman. If there's a friendship between a man and a woman, there has to be something going on other than the friendship. And if there's a friendship between two females, there has to be, there's some something going on with the two as well. And listening to that conversation between Oprah and Gail, it shows the lack of understanding that people have about what true friendship is really about. And normally on Saturdays, I don't come on because that's my relax. That's the day that I relax and get what I need to get done. I got a paper I got to turn in for Sunday school in the morning, and I really need to be getting on that. However, just listening to that conversation about their friendship, it brought back so many memories of two incidents in my life, two women in my life that I became really close with. And just to hear the things that people were saying, not only people in the church, but people in their families were saying about our relationship. And if anybody know it, everybody know that I'm strictly dickly. Ain't nothing a female can do for me but tell me where she got them shoes and what's the name of that perfume she have on. So, it was very interesting because I am the type of friend, regardless if it's a man or if it's a woman. I am that friend that's I'm gonna be there. I'm a friend. I'm a friend true and true to the end. I describe myself as a friend because I'm not going to tell you I'm going to be there doing the ups, I'm going to be there doing the downs and everything in the middle. I'm going to be there. I'm going to tell you when you're right. I'm going to tell you when you're wrong. I'm going to just push you. I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to motivate you. Even when you don't feel like getting up out the bed, I'm that friend that pulls the cover back and just coax you. And if I have to just keep pushing and prodding and telling you to get up, you can do this, you can do this. I'm that type of friend. I can listen without saying a word. I'm that friend that you can call on the phone any time of the day, any time of the night. I'm going to answer that phone. Because if I know you're calling at a certain time of the day, or if you're calling at a certain time of the night, there is a problem. And the people that know that if there's a problem, I'm up. What you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Where are you? Where are you? Let me slip on something. Let me just slip on my shoes. Let me get my house coat. Let me get my bathrobe. Let me get some shoes on. Just let me get my purse. Let me get my wallet so I can have my license if I get stopped from driving so fast. And a friend is like when you get good news. When one of my friends get good news, I am so excited, like it happened to me. Like, oh man, that's it. That is so. I'd be so excited for them and so happy for them and when there is not so good news, I am there for them. I'm there to listen to them. Not to say a word because sometimes words don't even need to be said. But I'm there to hear them out. I'm there to cry with them, cry for them, cry because of them. I'm that type of friend. And when I'm a friend, I'm all in because that is a relationship. A friendship is a relationship. Sometimes you could be to someone closer than you are to one of your own family members. I don't have a brother, nor do I have a sister. So I don't know what the relationship is between a brother and a sister. However, I have children, and my daughter always tell me, she said, "Ma, I could talk about either one of my brothers. I could talk about Hakeem. I could talk about Kevin. I can hit him. I could do whatever I want to do to him, but nobody else can because that's my brother." And the relationship between my middle child and my youngest child is like they're real close. They get angry with each other. They don't want to talk to each other. But at the end of the day, they come back together because of that love that they have for each other. So that kind of relationship, I can't understand that because I'm an only child. So I don't get into I don't get into whatever they're going through. I don't get into it, but I speak to both of them. As a mother, I speak to both of them. But friendships, I mean, it is so important that we have genuine people in our lives, people that will encourage us, people that will motivate us, people that would walk with us, just be there for us. And listening to that friendship, I have my friend, my bestest friend lives in Houston, Texas. She lives in Houston, Texas. And she and I would be together. She would visit my church. I would visit her church. We would take long walks together. We would talk together. We visit each other. We went out to dinner. We went to movies, and we talked about everything. We talked about men, and she was getting ready to get herself in a situation with a man that I know wasn't right for her, and talking her out of doing something, and just not that was not becoming of her. And just to hear her say, "I thank you for, talking to me and letting me see that I was letting my feelings overrule who I really am." And just having that close bond. And then it had got to the point that our friendship, we had got, we were together all the time. We went on we went to seminars together. We went to see TD Jakes. We went to different places, and we just had fun together. Two single women raising children. She's separated from her husband, never had one, but I'm raising two children on my own. And we had a lot in common as far as our children were concerned, as far as how we wanted to present ourselves as women of God. And, we just had a lot in common. And even the people in the church began to question, well, why you with her all the time? Why you and her always together? People began to question our relationship. And I I wouldn't have thought anything about it if it wasn't for people in the church. And it kind of got next to her. It didn't get next to me. My friend was always my better part. She was the better part of me. She was the softer side of me. How I would have been if I was a soft female. And I was that hard part for her. I was that thugette, that gangster, whatever you want to name it. I was that for her. And I have a friend now. We usually talk after church on Sundays and stuff like that. And I would tell her, because she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. And she's the softer side. And I said, you know what, you're my softer side. You're my better half. You're the better part of me. If I were like you, I would be the way that you are. But being that I am the way that I am, there is some soft. I do have a soft side, because at the end of the day, I am a very girly girl. I'm a high maintenance female. And but I have a little thug in me. Because I done been around the block a couple of times. I say that. But listening to Oprah and Gail talk about their friendship, when you are so confident within yourself, you don't even care about what people think about your friendship. I've had friendship with women. I have had three good friendships, three good relationships with women. To one was saying we were closer than sisters, and I would describe my friend who lives in Houston, Texas. Our relationship, we were closer. She said, I always looked at our relationship like David and Jonathan in the Bible, that David and Jonathan were closer than brothers, And people always like to question. Good morning. Oh, good morning, Chosen. Sister Marie, pray all is well with you and your family. Yeah, we're just living the best life that we can live, and I hope all is well with you as well. And we were close. We were close to, as I said, we went to lunch together. We did everything together. Even if we went to different churches, we would always meet up at a restaurant for dinner, and we would just sit there and laugh and talk about what the sermon was, or what we got out the sermon for the day, and what we were looking forward to for the upcoming week, and just listening to Oprah and Gail talk about their friendship. And seem like people are so I don't use that word friend loosely. I don't use that because is my daughter thank oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, that's good to hear. I got a new phone, so I your phone number was in my phone and I didn't write it down. And so you've been on my mind a lot. You have. You really been on my mind. And I'm glad you're here this morning. I'm just talking out loud because I was listening to Gail and Oprah's interview about what people were saying about them, that they were a gay couple, and stuff like that. And it's so good when you are so confident within yourself that what people say don't bother you. It really don't bother you, because you know where you stand, and that other person know where they stand as well. And the good thing about friendships, genuine genuine friendships. I'm telling you, I have, people, I have like people that I talk to every day that I've grown fond of, have a bond with, and I consider them as friends. And, I have people here that I see personally that we are friends. I have a friend, we started second grade together, and we have been friends ever since. We haven't talked in a while, but when my birthday comes, I know if it's through messenger or whatever, I am going to get happy birthday. And when her birthday comes on March 4th, I always remember her birthday because my mom's birthday is in March as well, and her birthday is March 4th, and I always message her, happy birthday, friend. And we just leave it like that. Always remember. I remember these two twin guys, Ronald and Donna. We grew up together. It was me, Ronald, Donna, and Linda. We were always together. And we're still friends to this day. I run into Ronald most of the time. I haven't seen Donald in a long time, but Ronald and we run into each other. We're friends on Facebook, and we just pick up from where we left off from the last conversation that we had. Friends, is just good to have some genuine people in your life. When things happen for you, they are so excited. There's no jealousy, there's no envy, there's no animosity. It's friends that celebrate you and that uplift you. And then when my friend who lived when before she moved to Texas, she and I would be on the phone all the time. We would be on the phone every day. We get off on work. I don't know what we had to talk about every day, but every day when we got off work, we would call each other. We would just tell each other, like how our day was. And sometimes when she moved to Texas, she would call me, and we usually talked on Sundays at 5 o'clock on Sunday. We talked, and we would call. Either she'll call me or I'll call her. And when she calls, sometimes, and I say, "Hey." How are you today? What's happening, girl? And then she said, hey. And I knew in her voice that something was wrong because when she pick up the phone, she'll go, hey, girl. And when I did not hear that, hey, girl, I knew something was not quite right. So she would say, I would say, well, okay, what's going on? What's going on? Oh, ain't that? And we'll have this little, ain't I keep asking this question. Well, what's wrong? Ned, well, what's going on? Ned, how you feeling? I'm all right. We had that conversation about 5, 10 minutes. Then I said, okay, let's stop. Now we done gone through all of that. What's really going on? And then she'll begin to tell me what's going on, or then, or either, she'll call me and hey girl, what's up? And you, okay, what's up with that? What's up with what? That what's up didn't sound quite right. And I'm the person just gonna jump right into it. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, we'll start talking about a time I get off that phone. I am in such a better place. I am in such a better place. And when I'm talking to her and she's down. By the time we get off the phone, we laughing, we talking, and then I check on her after a couple of days, and then she, oh girl, I'm fine. After we hung up the phone, I thought about what you said, and you right, and so those friendships, yes, true friends, true friends. you know you may have a misunderstanding every now and then. You may get upset and you may get angry with each other every now and then. However, if it's true friendship, you're going to come back together. You're going to come back together and you're going to laugh about it. You're going to sit down, you're going to work it out, you're going to talk about it, and you're going to make it work, because that's a true friend. And I don't know what it is uh, with people when they see women having true relationships, either with the man or with the woman, because I've had friendships and still have friendship with men. And even if they're married, I have to always acknowledge that lady. Um, as I said, I make bracelets. And it was one of my friend's birthday, and so I made him a couple of bracelets and stuff. But before I gave him the bracelets, I talked to his wife about it. Is it okay if I make him some bracelets, because I know he liked the bracelets? If I make him some bracelets and present these bracelets to him, is it okay if I do that? She said, "Girl, yeah, it's all right." She said, "I'm not like that, but see, I like to give respect to the wife before I indulge it, say anything. I acknowledge that wife first. I acknowledge that girlfriend or whoever she is to him. I acknowledge her first, because I have to, respect is due to everybody. I respect that relationship. And when with my friend, we laughing, we talking, we sometimes we be in Sunday school and he'll say, where you was at? Where you was at? Why you in this Sunday school? I needed you here. Why you in the church Sunday? I needed you here in church Sunday. And I had a friend guy. He and I used to talk all the time. When I was growing up, I had a friend, and he would tell me what guys not to talk to, and he'll tell me what guys to talk to. And he kept a lot of guys from talking to me, because a lot of guys thought that he and I was in a relationship. He and I were friends. And even some of the women that he was with, I knew all the women he was with. I knew who mattered and I know who didn't matter. And we would sit. I used to live in the projects, and we would sit outside, and we would sit on the edge of the building, and we would just talk about it and talk about them. And and he helped me grow as a woman. He helped me grow as a woman, and he always treated me like a lady. And I loved him for that. And when he passed away, it was devastating. It was very devastating when he passed away. And I try, not to be in friendship with men, because people just get it all misconstrued, and it's like it's almost too much of a problem, and I shy away from that. However, we can have friendship with the opposite sex, and we can have friendship with each other. And sometimes it's so hard as Black women, seem like, to have friendships, because we allow other people to come in, and what other people opinion of that. And other people opinion really don't matter when it comes to a true friendship, because a true friendship is just like it's just like it's a relationship. A true friend know your feelings, they know your ways, they know what you like. And your man could go to your friend and say, it's her birthday coming up, what you think she'll like? What do you think I should get her? A friend, a real friend. My real friends know what kind of perfume I like. They know what kind of clothes I like. They know what it is that I like. And the things that I don't like, and what the ways of people that I don't like, people who don't know me would say, oh, she too arrogant. And I don't know, she just acts stuck up sometimes. And then I just don't like her ways. And when a person get just take the time to sit down and talk to me, and to find out what I'm really like, then there and then when they say, what, when I first met, because I've had a lot of people tell me, when I first met you, I ain't like you. I didn't like you. I didn't like you simply because of what somebody else said, first of all. And then sometimes when I hear you talk, I just did not like you. I did not like your attitude. I ain't like nothing about you. But then when I just sat down and just listened to you, then I realized you're a cool person. You're a good person. Because I was talking to the lady who helped me with the tea party. And she and I was talking, me and her mom is close. So me and her mom was talking, and she was there. And I was telling her that her mom, I'm saying I'm the only child, and I just don't do friends like that. I don't gravitate towards people like that. I'm not a good person. I'm not a nice person, but I'm a good person. I don't go out of my way to be friends with anyone. If you like me, you like me. And if you don't, that's not an issue. That's not an issue for me by you not liking me. Being an only child, a lot of people thought, oh, you spoiled. No, I was never spoiled. I did get what I want, not when I wanted it, but eventually I got it. I was raised by my grandparents. So therefore, there were some, sometimes I did get what I want, because my grandfather and my godparents, they were like they would give me whatever I wanted. But my grandmother she wasn't very strict, but there was an understanding. And I understood that I was a child, and I stayed in a child's place. And so growing up, it was hard for me to form like real friendships until I got about, because my grandparents raised me until maybe till I got in first grade. Because when I went to I was living in Miami, I moved to a little small town where my mom was living. That's where all my cousins and aunties, and they were, and I had to be, form a relationship with my cousins. So my cousins became my friends until I started first grade. And when I started first grade, I formed a friendship. And then that friend, she moved away going into second grade. And second grade, that's when I made all my friends: Linda, Ronald, Donald. But those were my main friends until high school. you know um there were other people in and out my life, but never really friends. It was always me, Linda, Ronald, and Donald. We were the troublemakers. We were the troublemakers. Linda dad was a police officer, so it wasn't too much trouble that we could get in. But just listening to that, the conversation between Gail and Oprah and the lady that was interviewing them, you have to be so confident within yourself because of the world that we're living in today. It's so easy to label people. We always want to label someone smart, dumb, or whatever. People love to put labels on things, and friendship is just friendship. Friendship is just friendship. And I don't really care about Oprah. I'm not care about. I really don't care for Oprah, nor do I care for Gail. But the interview was just so interesting because I had been hearing that rumor for a long time as well about their relationship. But when you know, and when you don't care, you just don't care. And it's good to have true friendships. It's good to have true friendships, not somebody who's going to be there to every time you turn around, you got to be giving them accolades and you got to keep pumping them up like a flat tire. You got to keep putting air in it, put air in it. You got to constantly encourage them, not that type of friendship. True friendship, when something good happens for them, oh man, I am my friend's biggest cheerleaders. I really am my friend's biggest cheerleader. I remember my friend Mildred was looking, applied for a job, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know." I said, "Girl, you got that job. You got that job." And so she said, "Marie," she had called. We were talking, and she said, "Girl, I got the job." And I was just going, "Oh my God, I'm so happy for you." I am so, but I knew you was going to get the job, and I was just overly excited and happy for her because I knew she wanted that job. She wanted to get back out there in that working world, and she wanted it's things that she wanted to do. So I was so excited for her because I know the things that she wanted to do now she's going to be able to do them. She got a husband that loves her to death, gives her everything and anything that she wants, don't have to work. She just want to work. And it was just that excitement for me, for her to just get back out there in that workforce and to become a career, and then I just celebrated it. I felt like I'm telling her, Mildred, I said, girl, my cheeks, I'm just smiling. It's like I'm finna go in the closet and find what I'm wearing to work. I was so excited for her, getting that job. And that's what friendship is. We're supposed to be excited for each other. We're supposed to be there for each other. That's what true friendship is. That's what true friendship is. And I saw that in that interview with Oprah and with Gail. They have a true friendship that it doesn't matter what category people try to put their friendship in because they know within themselves who they are. And that's all that matters. As long as I know where I stand and I know where my friends stand, that is so good enough for me. So, to bond, to have a friendship, to have a friend that you can just sometimes just sit down and just have a conversation with. Just have a friend, somebody, because you can't be open with everybody and you can't be vulnerable with everybody. And there's some secrets I will take to my grave. There's some secrets that I had two friends, two of my best friends has passed away. And when we were out there in the world, even though I was the oldest one, I will always be the laid back person. I will always be that person that try to, okay, y'all, let's look at the picture here before we jump into this. Let's look at this before we do that. And my two friends, Mary and Glow, both of them passed away. Both of them passed away. And when we became friends, we became friends. I would never forget it. We became friends sitting in my daddy Lincoln Continental on a Saturday morning. I can't call her Mary. I have to call her what I call her. Me and Kuda. Me and Kuda, we formed a friendship. My daddy was a labor contractor. So he had people that, took the work in the packing house. I in the packing house. So that's how we became friends. And we had took somebody check. I had got the check. I had told my daddy that Friday. I said, I know him. Um, he in jail, but I get his check to his daddy. I know his daddy, so I give his daddy his check. So I knew somewhere that you could go to cash the check. So that was the time I was, getting high and stuff like that, keeping it real, getting high. So I had called Kuda. I said, Kuda girl, come on, come go with me. So we went to this liquor store and she cashed the check. She cashed the check. So we got the check. We would have got us something to get high with. And then she said, "Oh, let me. I got to go to Glow House real quick." So she got in the car. I'm driving my daddy big Lincoln Continental, no license, no license. I'm driving like I got license and stuff like that. So go pick up Gloria Jean because Gloria Jean lived right around the corner. All of us lived in the same project. So she lived right around the corner, right around the curve from me. So I go pick her up. And so cool to go and get the stuff to get high. So we sitting out in the car in the park in November. It's cold. And so I'm looking at Kuda looking at me, talking about what's wrong. I said, well, you know how I do. What about her? So Kuda said, she knows, she know. So I said, well, Kuda, I don't really like her like that. I don't like her. And Kuda said, that's all right. She don't like you like that either. Y'all gonna be all right. And we became friends that day because of what we were doing. We became friends. So our friendship, the three of us, our friendship had got really close. We didn't go nowhere without each other. We didn't do anything without each other. If one did it, the other two did it. So if they somewhere and they doing something, they call me, come on, we doing this. Come on, we gonna wait. And that when Kuda passed away, it was hard. It was hard. And when Gloria Jean passed away, it was even harder. And I remember the three of us one day in Gloria Jean room, we were sitting and we made a pact. Whatever we do, whatever we say, it stays with us. We don't talk about each other. We don't do things without each other. And whatever we do, we don't say nothing outside of the three of us. We made that pact and we kept that pact. And Kuda took it to the grave, Glow took it to the grave, and the things that we done, I'm taking it to the grave. There's some things I talk about and some things I don't talk about. And those are the things that I promised that I wouldn't talk about. I wouldn't say anything about to anybody, that I would take them to the grave as well. And I never heard anything Kuda said about me. I never heard anything Gloria Jean said about me. I never heard anything either one of those ladies said about me. They never heard anything I said about them, because everything that I needed to say or wanted to say about them, I said it to them. And that's how friendship is. People use that term so loosely, and people who say that you're a friend and they hang around with people who say, I don't like the ish, they talk bad about you, and then that person who say that they your friend want to come back and tell you what that person has said to them. And I've had that happen, and I stop them. I say, wait a minute, don't tell me nothing that person say. Tell me this right here. How did that person feel so comfortable around you to say what they were saying about me? And what they were saying about me, don't tell me nothing they said. Tell me what you said. Tell me what you said in my defense. Why did they feel so comfortable that it around you, knowing that you supposed to be my friend? Why? What did you say to defend me? Oh, I ain't say nothing because it wasn't. I ain't had nothing to do with that. But you could come back and tell me what they said, but you can't tell me what you said in my defense and why they felt so comfortable talking to you about me. Being in a situation where you are and you talking about me. So as of now, we ain't friends. We're not friends because see, for me, friendship, the way I'm sought up, the way that I am set up, I have a friend girl in Tampa. We don't talk every day. We don't even talk every week. But every now and then we get on the phone and I tell her how much I appreciate her and stuff like that because she and I had just formed a friendship from working. And so she and I were talking one day and she said, Miss Marita, they were talking about you and I had to stop her. She said, look, I like Miss Marita. Miss Marita ain't never did nothing to me. I ain't never heard Miss Marita say nothing about none of y'all. She don't even talk about y'all. When she get off from here, she is off and she do what it is that she do when she off. That's my friend. Now, whatever y'all saying about her, I'ma tell her what you said because that's my friend. Because I don't want her walking into a situation that she have no idea about. So if you don't want me to tell her, don't talk about it around me. And that's the way I am with a friend. I'm gonna stop you from talking about somebody who I consider to be my friend. Because I'm gonna let you know, look, that's my friend, and whatever you say about her now, I am gonna go back and tell her. I just want you to know I'm going back and talk about it. I'm going back and let her know what you done said. So if you don't want me to go back and talk about it, don't say it in front of her, because that is my friend. And I defend her because I know she defended me. And anybody who is my friend, anybody who called me friend, because I don't call a lot of people friend. And when I do call a person a friend, they know that they are a friend because they could tell me their deepest, darkest secret and know at the end of the day, if we decide to end our friendship or walk away or dissolve our relationship, it's not nothing is going to be said by me because I consider that a friendship. I consider that to be an honor and a privilege for someone to confide in me. Someone saw so much in me that they felt so compelled and so relaxed that they felt that I am such an honest person that what they said to me will not be repeated. That's the type of friend I am. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put you in your place, being my friend. I'm gonna put you in your place when you need to be put back in your place. I am going when you step outside of your lane, when you be acting like something that's not becoming of you, when you be acting all out of character, getting all out of character and stuff like that, I am going to kind of reel you back in. And if I can't do that for you, then we can't be friends because what I do for my friends could do the same thing for me. When I had got so angry during the time doing this tea party thing, and I was saying some words, I was cursing, and my friend said, "You know what? She said, girl, I just sat there and listened at you." She said, oh my God, I just shake my head because I ain't never heard no words like that come out your mouth. She said, I know you could take it there and I know you could get like that. But she said, I ain't never seen you get like that. And she said, I don't ever want to see you get like that. And the words that came out of your mouth, girl, she said, I don't know. She said, I don't never want to hear that again. That behavior was so unbecoming of the person that I know that you are, the person that I know that you are. So when you have friends, it's a give, it's a relationship. It's a relationship. Sometimes it is closer than a brother and a sister. Sometimes it really is. Sometimes you're closer than some of your family members. You're closer to that friend than you are to family members. I was living in Tampa and my daughter was growing up, and every morning I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, get my daughter dressed, by 5 o'clock. I'm walking down the dog street in Tampa on Nebraska. 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm walking on Nebraska with a baby in a stroller to get to work at 6 o'clock. And so the daycare can pick her up about 6:30 from my job. And the lady that was living next door, I didn't talk to her much. She didn't talk to me. She had to pass my door to go downstairs, and but I stayed in my apartment. I did what I did in my apartment. And she knocked on the door one time. She said, "You got a little girl?" And I watched my sister, little girl. She said, "You be going out early in the morning." She said, "I'll watch your daughter." She said, "You," and I said, "Well, how much you gonna charge me?" So then she said, "I'm not gonna charge you anything. Just have food for and stuff like that." So I would, you know, take my daughter over there in the morning time, or either my daughter will spend the night with her during the week, and on the weekend, she walked back because we live right next door to each other and stuff like that. And so, Deborah and I became friends, and Deborah and I became, we had our friendship just grew. Whenever I went shopping and I saw something I think Deborah would like, I would pick it up for Deborah. Whenever I went, like, just buying little stuff. I would buy something for Deborah, or when she would go out, she would, buy something for me, and she would tell people, Rita gone shop and watch and see. When she come back, she gonna have something for me, watch and see. And then when I come back, and people say, "Sure did, she sure did." That's the type of friend I was, and we had got so close that her sister said that we was sleeping together, and I'm saying, "What? I got a man, she got a man, and she can't do nothing for me that my man ain't doing." I love what my man doing to me, and for me, she can't do what my man doing to me. I'm strictly, I am strictly. And I had got to the point, I said, you know what, I'm not gonna even try to justify our friendship. That's your sister. You deal with that. And Deborah and I, when I moved back down where I live at now, and I would visit. I would go up and visit like every month. So often I would go and visit. And Deborah and I made a pact. When if you get too sick and your family can't take care of you, I'm gonna take care of you. And the same goes if something happened to me, she's gonna take care of me. We vowed that we would not allow our families to put us in a nursing home. When I found out that my friend had cancer, and I said, well, I'm going to go back to Tampa and I'm going to help her through this until she gets better. And when I went back and I stayed with her, when she would go to her treatments, I would work at night so I could I had two jobs. So I was working in the mornings, get off, then go to work at 5 to 9. And then I had a like 11 to 7 job. And we're working three jobs actually. And I would go sit with her in the mornings that she had chemo, I didn't work, and I would sit there with her. And then one day she was brushing her hair and her hair started falling out. And so when her hair started falling out, I cut my hair. And then every time her hair got a little bit shorter, I would cut my hair a little bit shorter, a little bit shorter. And then one day she was working and she came home from work one morning, and I looked at her. Ah, and she was cut all her hair off. Then she said, Rita, don't cut no more of your hair. I said, oh, well, you ain't got to worry about that because it was cut short, but I wasn't going to go completely, like she went bald. And I said, no, I ain't going to go I ain't getting that low. But she was my friend. And whatever my friend was feeling, I felt what my friend was feeling. And that's what friendship is about. And, and we all need a friend. One good friend, one good friend, one good friend. And in that interview with Oprah and Gail, that made me realize the friendships that I do have, the genuine friendships that I do have, I cherish them. And if there would be any bond breaking, it would be between us, and it would be not what someone else has said to come in between that friendship. It'll be something that we decided that we no longer want to be friends. And you have to let the outside noise stay where it is on the outside, because many will come but few are chosen. And my daughter told me once, Mama, I know it's hard to be your friend because it's hard being your daughter sometimes. You have your expectation in people sometimes. When they don't live up to your expectation, you are so quick to dismiss a person. Sometimes you do it to me, and I've seen you do it to other people. And I had to kind of I checked myself. I had to check myself to see what she was talking about or if she was right. And she was right because I do have, when I'm a friend to a person, I expect the same loyalty from them that they expect from me. And if I can't get it, and if I don't get it, then there we can talk. We can still do that. Hey girl, we can still do that kind of thing. And we could go and sit down and we could go to Olive Garden, Red Lobster. We could go wherever it is that we eat, that I like to eat. Chili's, Applebee's, wherever it, Mr. Crab, Miss Crab, Twisted Crab, wherever it is I like to go and eat, wherever we like to go. And we could do that, but my conversation is going to be very strategic. There's some things I will say, and there's a lot of things that I'm not going to say because that's not the level of our friendship. So there's levels in friendship. Even with a group of friends, who can, who will, who won't, and who ain't. And you know who you can pick up the phone and call anytime. Because I am that person. When I tell a person, you can call me anytime. My phone, I don't sleep with it on in the bed, but I do sleep with it close to me. And if the phone ring anytime after 10 o'clock for me, that's a SOS. That's a 911. That's an emergency call. Somebody need my help. Somebody need to hear encouraging words. Somebody just needs somebody to listen to them. The vent. Friendship. If you don't have a friend, for anybody who's watching this, and for the ones who may watch it later or whatever, if you have one good friend, cherish that friend. Cherish that friendship. Let nothing and no one come against that friendship. The outside chatter, people gonna do, hens gonna do what they do. They're gonna cluck. They're gonna cluck. That's what they do. That's what hens do. They cluck. And people are gonna do what they're gonna do. Sometimes people are envious of that relationship. And sometimes people are jealous of that relationship. And sometimes people could be so resentful. Well, why is she like that with you and she not like that with me? I go by vibration, you know, test the spirit, against the spirit, that kind of stuff. And if when I first meet a person and it's just something about their aura, and I sit there just as nice. And after a while, I just, I'm gonna dismiss myself and never to be in that person present again unless we in a group setting because it was just something about that person. And I know people probably feel that way about me as well, but there's nothing that I could do about that, because I'm not the same all the time, but I'm consistent in the way that I am with the people that know me. And the people that know me know that I'm a funny person, I'm a witty person, and I can be standoffish, and I'm a strong person, and I don't allow anything and everything to be in my circle. I'm very choosy. I'm very choosy about the people that I allow to be around me and who I am around. And that makes hard for a friendship because I'm not for everybody and everybody is not for me. However, the people that call me friend and I call them friend back, they're for me and I'm for them. And that's just how it is. And that interview, it just opened up some things for me. It's okay to be who you are regardless of what people say, and it's okay to have a friendship, and with somebody that you could take road trips with, that you could take trips with, somebody that you could just have someone to confide in sometimes. That's why God put us here on earth. If he didn't want us to, we supposed to know how to commune with each other. We need each other. If God meant for us to be by ourselves, Adam still to be in that garden, tending that garden. None of us would be here. But that was not God's intention. He said, no man is an island. Nobody stands alone. It say where one or two are together. If you somewhere and it's freezing, you cannot warm yourself. But when it's two people, you can cuddle and get warm. So friendship, if you don't have it, I some people don't like friends, don't want friends. I am a loner. Even though I am a loner, I do still have some friendships. They're friendships that I thoroughly enjoy. I have friends that I go to Cooper's Hawk with, and we sit there and you would test out the different wines and stuff, and then we laugh and we talk and we go and have lunch, and we do what we do, and that's what we do. And then I have friends that I could sit down and just be open with, and just talk to. Those friends that I go to Cooper's Hawk with, we sit down and we talk about stuff. We talk about a lot of different stuff. And then even though my daughter is my daughter, there's a friendship there. Not just we have mother-daughter conversations, we have woman-to-woman conversations, and we have friendships like, girl, she'll call me girl, ma. Girl, let me tell you, I forgot to tell you this yesterday. And then I'll call her. I say, girl, guess what? Girl, listen, oh girl, let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened, girl. And there's some things my daughter be saying kind of make me cringe a little bit, but and then she's, oh ma, you act so prudish sometimes. But that's when that mother and daughter, that's the mother and daughter dynamic, but I respect her as a woman as well. So, we have that mother daughter relationship. We have that woman to woman relationship. And then, I can say she my friend, but I had to remind her years ago, I ain't your friend, so don't ever get it twisted with me. So she know how to go with that friendship. So, but if you haven't listened to that, if you haven't listened to that interview, put aside what you think about Gail, put aside what you think about Oprah, and just to the um, listen to the interview. And if it don't wake up something in you, if it don't provoke something in you, then the interview is not for you. However, if it's something in your friendship that's missing, if you want to if you want friends, you have to learn how to be a friend. And that's the only way you can have friends, to know how to be one. And that's what I got out of that relationship. And I don't want anything for myself that I wouldn't want for anybody in my life that I call friends. I would want more so for them than I would want for myself, because what God has for me is for me, and what God got for them. I love to hear the plans that my friends are making. I love to hear their hopes and their dreams. I love to hear that. And I encourage them and push them. And when they tell me good things, I don't have a streak of jealousy, nor do I have a streak of envy, because that's your dream. Those your hopes. Those are your desires. Those are not mine. And when I tell them my hopes and my dreams, what I want to do, and how I want my channel to grow, and you can do it. You can do it. You can do it, Marita, because I enjoy our conversations. Your conversations remind me of when I'm talking to my aunts, or it just reminds me that it's somebody that really genuinely is happy for me, and they want me to be happy. That's what I want in a friendship. I always want my friends to be happy. I always want them to be at peace. And when they're going through turmoil, when things are happening to me, I want to be there to talk them off of that ledge. I want to be there to give them the encouragement they need, and also give them the chastising that they need as well, because as friends, that's what you do. That's what you do. And if my friends always bobbing their head, yeah, yeah, you right, yeah, yeah, it's something wrong with that. You don't want the best for me. Cause see, I'm talking myself either to going to jail or going to hell. And you just say, yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, let's do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. It ain't no let's do it. Do it. Do it. No. You supposed to be telling me, no, that's wrong. Now you're finna get in some trouble if you do that. It ain't no coming back from that if you do that. Those are the type of friends that I want in my life. I need friends that are stronger than me when I need them to be stronger than me. I need friends who's not afraid of me to tell me what it is I need to hear because my ears are not itching. I can tell myself what I want to, whatever I want to know, I can tell it to myself, but I need a friend that can, say, I ain't scratching your ears. I ain't telling you what you want to know. I ain't telling you what you want to hear. That's not me. I don't, I want a friend that will push me into my greatness, but pull me back from my destruction. That's the type of friend I want. That's the type of friend I have in my life. And that's the type of friend we all should want. And those are the type of friends that we need. A friend to give us that hug when words just can't, when we cannot express what we're feeling. And that hug, come on, girl, let me hug you. Come in, let me give you a hug. And then that hug just means everything, and just listening to Oprah and to listening to Gail about their friendship, how they open up about their friendship. It just made me want to strengthen my bond and my friendship with the people that I call friends, just a little bit more. It is Saturday morning, and I know people out there doing their own thing, and um I was just thinking about it because I was listening to listen to a little bit more of it this morning. And then this morning I woke up and I just opened my blinds. And it is such a beautiful, beautiful day here in sunny Florida where I live at. It is so beautiful here today. And this is the time of morning right now that you should be out on the beach or, just taking a little brisk walk or something like that because it's going to be hot. It's going to be hotter than it is right now. And it's just so beautiful. The sky is so beautiful. The sky is a beautiful color. It's just like you should be on the, you just should be on the lake sailing or at the fish creek or, it's just a beautiful day. It's just too beautiful to be inside, to be stuck inside, So I say, I'm going to get up and clean my room, make my bed, make me some breakfast, and I'm just gonna sit outside today and get me some fresh air. It is so nice. It is such a beautiful day today, and it is just amazing, amazing. God is he is simply amazing. He's other things too, but today he's just amazing. The way it is such a beautiful day to see trees, the green trees up against the blue sky with the white clouds and the birds just passing by, just flying by and stuff like that. And it's Saturday morning and people minding their business, either outside mowing the yard or walking to the store or sitting out on their balconies or sitting out on their front porches or just doing whatever it is they want to do today. It is simply a gorgeous day today. And I said, that's what I'm going to do. Finish this room, make me some fish and waffles, take me a nice shower, moisturize, go sit outside for a while, come back in, not even finish this paper, start this paper that I have to turn in tomorrow for Sunday school, and do a little bit more of my Sunday school lesson. So that's what I'm doing for the day. And I hope everybody else have a good weekend as well. Sister Maritha, I must go. Pray you have a blessed day and weekend on purpose in Jesus' name. You as well. You as well. So anybody that watched this and everybody that watch it, thank you for just tuning in to hear me talk about what friendship is. And everybody, have a nice day. Have a beautiful day. As Chosen always say, on purpose, purposely have a good day. So I'm getting ready to finish getting my day started. And likewise, everybody do the same thing. Y'all have a peaceful, beautiful weekend. And I'll holler later. And I'll see you tomorrow morning, Lord's willing, at 11 o'clock service. Bye.